Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Higurashi. So unfortunately, this is actually mostly a re-recording. I got almost to the end of the episode and realized that I didn't have any of the audio. I hate when this happens. It keeps happening because it's a laptop, so I occasionally unplug it and, do things with it. And anytime that happens, it always defaults the audio sources. So unfortunately, most of this is going to be a recap for me. And it's going to lessen some of the impact a little bit. But regardless, let's continue. Oh, and it's a bit of a recap since it's been about a week or so, maybe a little bit longer actually. Um, we ran away from school, picked up a bunch of food from the store, and decided to just to leave because there's police officers everywhere, and I think Keiichi and friends are looking for Rena right now, if I remember right. And so we're picking up back with Rena here. Even if I turned on the light in my hideout, nobody would see it because of the piles of abandoned cars in the way. While I'm aware of that, I decided not to turn it on just in case. It's a bit scary to hide in this quiet place alone in the dark, holding my breath. I'd have to keep myself busy with something. But my brain won't work properly, and I don't even have the energy to think about what to do from now on. However, I don't have the courage to lie down to sleep and regain my strength either. Every time I heard or thought I heard a suspicious sound, I'd gasp and stare into the dark. That's all I did all night. Oishi believes that the Sonozaki family was behind the conspiracy, but he can't do much without solid evidence. For that, he has to locate the facility where they're doing research on the parasite. But we have no idea where it is. I think the area clinic is still the most likely site, but I have no credible evidence. Really, I don't think they do their research in a place so obvious even I could guess it. They might be using one of the bomb shelters that was built during the war as some kind of secret underground research center. Now that I come to think about it, I remember a secret building nobody is allowed into on the premises of the Furude Shrine. I think it's called the Ritual Storehouse. According to Mio-san's research, the Furude Shrine is the center of local worship of Oishiro-sama. The priest keeps the tools for ceremonies in the Ritual Storehouse. One of the ceremonies is the Bazaar Festival, Watanagashi, and so the shrine storage must be something very sacred. If I remember right, Watanagashi was also a medical ritual designed to vaccinate and immunize. I messed up on that last time too. People against the all too strong parasites. That means the tools they used for Watanagashi were medical ones. If my guess is right, the ritual storehouse is the most sacred place in the village, as well as the most appropriate building to use for medical purposes. It's suspicious. There might be a secret research center in the ritual storehouse. Ah, dang it. The police should be performing a raid on the ritual storehouse, not the area clinic. Why didn't I think of that when I was talking with Oishi on the phone earlier? I hope Oishi realizes this too. Should I go back to the phone booth and tell him about the ritual storehouse? But when I thought that, I heard a car coming closer. I held my breath. It's not normal for a car to come here this late at night. I thought about many possible scary scenarios, which made me nervous. After a while, I saw the headlights of the car near the former dam construction office. The car must have passed by me and gone to the office. But it's a deserted, empty office building. There's nothing there. It's not a place where people would visit this late at night. While I was staring into the dark, the engine of the car stopped, and its headlights were turned off. I could see 2 flashlights flickering in the darkness. The lights moved into the office building. They must think I'm hiding there. I held my breath and kept watching their movements. I can't tell who they are, but I bet they're pawns of the Sonozaki family. They know that I ran away from home. They must be looking for me everywhere in the village. Though I needed to conceal my breath, my face started feeling itchy and I had an urge to stretch my legs. My own body infuriated me. The humidity made me sweat all over, so the back of my knees and my neck had been itchy for quite a while. Scratching would make an unbelievably loud noise, so I decided not to scratch anymore. It usually doesn't make any noise when I just scratch some mosquito bites. I'm probably just being nervous and overreacting. There's quite the distance between me and them, and I'm in the dark, holding my breath. They wouldn't notice it even if I sneezed, let alone scratched myself. But I didn't want to make any noise at all, so I tried to forget the itchiness. But after all that, I ended up scratching everywhere like mad. I have to live in hiding like this for a while. I don't know how long I can go on when I'm so nervous on just the first night. I need to toughen up more so I can remain placid, even in a situation like this. I forced myself to relax, scratched my neck without hesitation, and tried to cope with the sticky sweat all over my body. I started getting hungry. My stomach growled. That's a good sign, though, since it means I'm starting to relax. I can't eat yet, though. It'd make a lot of noise. I decided to wait until they finished looking for me and went away. Go away. Go away. I can eat if you go away. It seemed like the intentions I was sending out bore fruit. They'd stopped looking around the building. However, I must have concentrated my thoughts too strongly. They were pointing their flashlights in my direction. Did they notice me? No. Not only that, they're walking towards me. I made my body as small as possible, hid under the blanket, and listened for their footsteps as carefully as I could. All the while, I heard their footsteps coming closer and closer. Since the footsteps are coming straight towards me, they must already know where I am, I think. It's scary. But there's no way they already know where I am. See, at this point I mentioned that Rina has an extension cord running from the camp office to her hideout, if I remember right, so that she can power that little lamp in the car. So I was kind of wondering, did they see the cord and start following it, or maybe she's using like a portable lantern now, not an actual, not the cord thing. Maybe she rolled it up because she was nervous. That's my thought. I don't know. If they did, they wouldn't have wasted their time looking for me around the office building. And they wouldn't walk as slowly as they did. It's just a coincidence that they're walking in this direction. Since I'm hiding under the blanket, I can't see who they are. I don't know where they're shining their flashlights, so I can't stick my head out from the window to see who they are either. I just have to stay motionless like a rock until I sense they're gone. They stopped when they came near my hideout. I could hear their conversation.
いねえだろ。ぐるっと回ってみるが、そっちを見てくれ。
I could tell by the sound of their footsteps that they went separate ways, and that each of them is walking around the piles of trash separately. I made this hideout out of an abandoned car. I just redecorated it. So on the outside, it still looks like nothing other than an abandoned car. But once you look inside, you can instantly tell it's more than that. So if they look inside, I'm done for. It's obvious that they're looking for me. Are they a Sonozaki Corps attack unit? If they find me, I'll be killed for sure. I know all too well that this place is perfect for murdering people. I killed 2 people here myself. If I can do it, it'll be no problem for them, because they're real professional killers. Even so, there's nothing I can do right now. I just have to pray that they'll leave here soon. At that time, I heard a slight beeping sound.
アツシです。感度良好。
Marsh marsh.
はい。ゴグラ？はい。了解です。どうした？リュウグウレナはゴグラらしい。
I can't actually remember off the top of my head who, but I remember somebody. It was either Oishi or Mion and Keiichi. I think it was Oishi. Was supposed to tip off that she was in a different area. So this is the result of that. I don't think it's Mion, because Mion, obviously wouldn't have told them that. So I think it's Oishi.
目撃情報があったそうだ。おいおい、お手上げだぜ。どうするんだよ。とにかく是が非でも、ひっ捕まえて連れてこいって旦那の命令だ。たとえ行ったのが札幌だろうと博多だろうと追っかけるしかねえだろ。無理だぜ。見つかるわけねえ。それでも探さなきゃなんねえのか。旦那はリュウグウレナの持つ高野美代のスクラップ帳ってのを欲しがってる。あんだけの剣幕になるんだから相当のもんだろうぜ。で、俺たちはどうするんだよ。竜宮家前に貼り付けだけ残して他は引き上げだそうだ。戻って麦茶でも飲もうぜ。
I'm still not entirely I shouldn't say it like that. I'm still fairly sure that Rin is an unreliable narrator. And so this and some of the events that are going to be following, I don't really feel like they're necessarily the truth. I feel like whatever we see through Keiichi could be the truth. But anything we see through Rin, I really feel like could be twisted and manipulated by her kind of insane mind at the moment. I heard their footsteps going further, and then I didn't hear them anymore. After a while, I heard the engine of their car starting. I finally got out from under the blanket and looked outside the window. The car made a U-turn and drove away. The sound of the engine faded away into the darkness. I heaved a sigh of relief. Excuse me. I scratched all of my itchy mosquito bites, wiped the sticky sweat off my face and neck, and finally allowed myself to cough. I heard their conversation clearly. They're the pawns of the Sonozaki Corps, without a doubt. It matches with what Oishi told me. And they said something very important. They clearly said that they're after the scrapbooks. Up until now, I'd only assumed that they were chasing after me because I had Mio-san's scrapbooks. I could have forced myself to believe that it was just my assumption. But they said it loud and clear. We need to find Rina Ryugu. She is Mio Takano's scrapbooks. That's what they said. They also said that they're keeping watch on my house. I'm not surprised. That's exactly what I would do if I were them. I can't go back to my house anymore. It's out of the question. But, in fact, they said something way more important than any of that. They said Rina Ryugu was seen in Gogura. If I was in a normal situation, I'd probably think that someone saw a look-alike and I'd laugh out loud. But the situation is different now. Mio-san was dead, but she was at the festival. I'm here, but I was in Gogura. Mio-san wrote about it in her scrapbooks, and I didn't want to believe it. They're coming closer to me, and I don't mean the Sonozaki family. Something beyond common sense is about to happen. That's basically this whole series. Should I fight or should I run? I don't even know what I should do. I feel like I'm rooted to the spot with fear. Am I about to be eaten? No, no, no. I don't want to be eaten alive. I want to run away if I can't win. If I can't run, I want to fight. I'm going to be happy. I know I am. I'm not going to sit pretty and let them get me. But The enemy Mio-san foretold of in the scrapbooks is coming closer to me, and it's starting to eat me up. I'm in the garbage dump alone. If I disappeared right now without anybody knowing it, the person who was in Gogura would replace me and start living my life. Nobody would notice the change. My father wouldn't notice it. My friends wouldn't notice it. It would replace me without having anyone notice it. Sorry, give me just a moment. Alright. Sorry about the break. Something actually came up, so I'm going to have to be leaving in a bit, but I think I can get to the scene change, and then we'll stop there and I'll pick that up later. Because I think that's only like 20 or so minutes from now. Anyway, my father wouldn't notice it. My friends wouldn't notice it. It would replace me without having anyone noticed it. Wait. Many people close to me might have been replaced already. That's right. The Sonozaki family is plotting bioterrorism. But that's only a part of what they are planning. Mice possessed by them don't get scared of cats. As a result, they don't run away. They'll be eaten by the cats, and they can move into the cats' bodies. Mice are only used by them for that purpose. It's not that they lose their fear of cats in order to help them achieve their purpose. The same thing goes with the Sonozaki family. They think they're doing things by their own will, but they're just helping them without realizing it. That's exactly how they've lived since long ago, being the parasite. We're nothing but a bunch of mice to them. Most mice are stupid. They don't even notice their existence. They help them to achieve their purpose, thinking that they're living their lives by their own will. But very rarely a mouse with wits is born. This mouse notices that he's being used, and he also notices their existence. But nobody believes him, so it's not a big deal. He starts thinking that it was his mistake, and he gets swallowed by them. Eventually, he disappears. But even more rarely, a mouse appears from nowhere, notices their existence, and objectively proves it. That mouse was Mio-san. To them, this mouse was a rare and very dangerous existence. That's why they resorted to unbelievably bold and violent methods to try and eliminate that mouse when it appeared. But surprisingly, we knew about those measures. But the stupid mice don't believe it. They don't notice that they are forcing them not to believe it, and that they're helping them in the end. They killed Mio-san. And they tried to replace her. But they made a mistake. We found the real corpse of Mio-san. That's why they failed to replace her. They'll try to kill me and replace me too. Or they'll replace my friends in order to get close to me. They'll look just like the real people, but they're totally different inside. They're an abnormal existence that's beyond our imagination. I know. They'll appear. No, they're already here. It appeared the day after Mio-san died. And it appeared in Gogura tonight. They'll keep coming. They're openly after me now. They'll keep coming. They'll keep coming. Right then, I heard somebody coming down the slope. I concealed my presence again, and I looked at the direction where the footsteps were coming from. I could see one flashlight. It looked like there was only one person now. Who is it? This late at night? Its shadow is very small. I can tell it isn't an adult. I felt a chill running through my body. It shined the flashlight towards my hideout, and its footsteps were coming straight towards me. It's different from the other guys earlier. I can tell by the sound of the footsteps that it knows I'm hiding here for sure. No, it must be just a coincidence. I should just conceal myself again. I can make it through this again. I made it through last time. I need to hide. I need to hide. I pulled the blanket over myself. made myself as small as possible, and kept telling myself that I was a stone. But the footsteps kept coming closer and closer, and it knocked on the door of my hideout. Marsh. And I made that same stupid joke last time too. Anyway, I opened my eyes wide. I broke out in a nervous sweat, not wanting to believe that the sound I heard was a knock. My mind went completely blank. Marsh. It's Oishi desu. But it knocked on the door again. I could feel a light shining on the blanket. It might be shining the flashlight on me, but I still held back my fear. As long as I don't move, it can't put a finger on me. I kept telling myself that as if I was casting a spell. I tried not to shake in fear. Is that Oishi desu? It laughed. It has laughed at me because I thought I was hiding perfectly. But I still tried. Because if I got out of the blanket... And that'll make a good thumbnail for the rest of the episodes, I think. In fact, actually, I need to do that. There we go. I threw off the blanket and saw the owner of the voice. Ah, it's not Oishi. It is Rika-chan. Now, why is she here? Why did she come here to see me? I don't understand why she came all the way here alone this late at night. I realized, all of a sudden, she looks just like Rika-chan on the outside. But she's not her. It is just copying her appearance. It came to Mio-san, to me, and to Rika-chan. I decided to talk aggressively on purpose in order to work up courage before my fear crushed me down.
Rika-chan,
I don't know. You seem mighty suspicious to me. It answers just like the Rika-chan I know. But I know it's not Rika-chan. Rika-chan wouldn't come to a place like this so late at night. Rika looked stunned for a while. She looked as if she didn't understand what I was talking about. But she pretended that for too long. If she really didn't know what I was talking about, she wouldn't be able to stand the silence for this long. But she kept quiet. And she finally showed her true character. She's giggling. It laughed. It laughed at me because I figured out something that was almost impossible to figure out. That it was not Rika. It didn't answer my question. It kept laughing for a while. And then, it looked straight into my eyes in a way Rika-chan never did before. And it said this.
私もこの世に生きて長いけど、私をリカじゃないと見破ったやつは初めてよ。あなたは勘がいい人だと初対面から思ってたけど、
She clearly spoke to me the things that I was most afraid of. I was completely shocked. It's like she told me everything that could possibly scare me. I didn't want to hear any of this. It's something I can't possibly twist in a way I can comprehend.
でもあえてリカだと名乗っておくわ。
That sounds like something that not Rika would say.
私もリカを自分の呼び名だと思ってかなり長いしね。へえ、長いって。
I still feel like that, Rin is still an unreliable narrator here as well, so I'm not entirely sure if what's happening is actually happening.
大したことはないわ。ほんの100年程度よ。はあ？何を言ってんのあんた。
I'm contradicting myself. I know the person who's standing in front of me isn't Rika, but at the same time I deny its existence. As long as humans hold this kind of emotion, they can never accept unknown existences. In other words, we can never accept them.
怯えなくていいわ。あなたは社内、私は社外。互いに相手に物騒なことをするのは簡単じゃない。お互いに都合のいい距離だと思うけど、私が何百年生きていようとも、フルでリカは所詮小さな子供だもの。あなたに腕力で勝てると思ってないわ。むしろ逆上したあなたに飛びかかられないか不安なのはこっちの方なんだから。
I realized that this creepy thing that looks just like Rika was only here to talk to me. I felt my tension fade away a little bit. But still, I don't know what she wants to talk to me about at a place like this so late at night. I'm like a fish on a cutting board. There's nothing I can do other than wait and see what's going to happen. I waited for it to make a move for a while, and then it opened its mouth again.
あなたは何かに怯えている。それは正解。
It uses sarcasm. Rika-chan's cute face looked uglier than ever when it smiled. I held back my fear and tried to reply firmly.
ええ、おかげさまで。そう、何に怯えているの？あんたらが一番よくわかっているくせに。
It told me earlier that we were safe from each other because one was in the car and the other was standing outside. But it's obvious that I'm the one who's being driven into a corner. While I'm talking to it, I could be being surrounded by its minions. I got scared and tried to listen to the sounds of my surroundings carefully.
怖がらないで。私はあなたを助けに来たんだから。助けに？へえ、どうやってかな？あなたはね、ちょっとしたお薬で楽になるのよ。私はその薬を持ってきたと言ったら、薬？
It put its hand into its pocket and took out a small case. It opened the case and showed me what was inside. What was in there made me gasp in surprise.
注射器。
It's not normal for a person to carry around a syringe. That is, unless you're in a, murderous story like this one. I have no idea what's going on. But what Rika-chan is holding in her hand is a syringe. There's no way I can twist that fact around.
そう、あなたを楽にしてくれる注射よ。
Wow. That's certainly convincing.
楽になれるって？
Yeah, yeah, I should definitely just inject that into my arm.
私には分かってる。富武さんを殺した薬物の正体は。
Ah, you saw through my thinly veiled attempt to kill you with a syringe.
原子の力を持った寄生虫。かつての奇病を再現させる恐ろしい注射。富武の注射はね。でも、これは違うわよ。本当よ。
It giggled. That was convincing. It isn't the giggling that scares me. I'm scared that it admitted the cause of Tomitake-san's death so easily. And it also admitted the direct cause of the maggot disease that Tomitake-san died from.
私にもあの死に方をさせるつもりなんでしょ。そしてゴグラに現れたレナが私に入れ替わって一件落着。そういう魂胆なんでしょ。誰がそんな注射をするもんか。 まあ嫌がるとは思った。明らかに怪しいしね。
分かってるじゃないの。ならどうするの？富武さんみたいに集団で襲って無理やり注射でもするの
Tomitake-san's autopsy report said that he had bruises on his body that proved he was fighting against several people right before he died. That means that they must have ganged up on him to give him the shot against his own will.
無理に襲って注射したいけど、あまりうまくいった試しはないわね。だから無理やりってのはもう諦めてるわ。
Now we're playing over this, though. I kind of feel like this syringe is going to come up again. I mean, I know it's sort of like a big plot point, is the whole like mysterious drug that causes people to claw their own throat out. I feel like in this particular story it might come up again, like maybe near the end of the story Ren is going to kill herself with it or something. I don't know. Or like need to use it because she's like in like agony and she has no other option. I don't know. I just kind of feel that right now.
だからあなたの自由意志に任せることにする。
ふざけないで！そんな薄気味悪い注射誰が使うものか。
私もそのあたりは悩んだわ。どうなだめすかせばあなたに注射できるかをね。強引にも無理だし理解も得られないし、なら結局私はあなたの判断に任せるほかないってこと。
そんなのは聞くまでもない。誰がそんな見えすいた罠にかかるか。
まあ想定通りの反応よ。どうせ期待してなかったし。
It heaved a sigh, made a gesture as if it is mocking me, and smiled bitterly. It looked as if it was saying that I'm a lower animal that can't understand it's being given a chance for salvation. I kinda want to say I'll take the shot in a dare, but I know that's exactly what it's intending to do.
とっとと帰ってお前の仲間に注射には失敗したと伝えるがいい。私は負けない。最後まで徹底的に抗ってやる。そして 1% にも満たないかもしれない勝機をつかんで必ずや貴様らを打ち滅ぼしてやるから。
Pretty big words for someone who's stuck in a car right now.
ならばせいぜい頑張りなさいな。どうせもうすぐ滅ぶ世界だしね。
滅ぶ？
あなたには関係のないことよ。井戸の中のカエルが井戸の外なんかに興味を持っても仕方ないでしょ。
At this stage of the game, it said something very dubious. I tried hard to understand what this horrifying creature was trying to say.
私をこれからどうするつもりなの？
私はどうもしないわ。好きにすればいい。
It's almost too easy. As far as I know, do whatever you want means ignorance or release when your enemy says it to you. At the very least, it isn't a bad thing. Or does it have another meaning? In that way, I overinterpreted the meaning of the sentence. But then, it said it again.
あなたの好きなように過ごせばいい。このリュウグウレナにはもう興味ない。次のリュウグウレナとうまくやれるようにするわ。せめて次のリュウグウレナは変に勘が良くないことを祈るだけよ。
I was scared of it, like I'd be scared of a judge handing down a death sentence.
私も昔は小さなほころびが生じるたびに直そうと奔走したものだけど、途中からね、このひなみ沢にもう興味ない。
Time to reset.
次のひなみ沢を探しに行くことにするわ。でもあなたにはこのひなみ沢しかない。だからせいぜい頑張って行きなさいな。
Now that sounds like Burnt Castell right there. It was telling me scary things, one after the other. This was obviously a warning of Hinamizawa's destruction. It means the climax is coming soon. They have already prepared another Rinna. When I lose to this fate, they're going to replace me with that Rinna as if nothing happened. They're very well organized. What humans are most afraid of is for their lives to lose all value. Your life becomes worthless when you're told you have a replacement. It's like an indirect death sentence. It closed the syringe case and put it back into its pocket. It turned around and started climbing up the slope. At the top, it looked back and spoke without as much as an evil smile.
じゃあね、さよなら。このリュウグウレナ。次のリュウグウレナでは仲良くしてね。ほとんどの場合は仲良くできてるんだから。
次のリュウグウレナなど許すものか。私は私だ。たった一人だ。
I'm the real Rinna Ryugu.
お前らの思い通りにはならない。絶対に絶対に。
I wondered if my scream was reaching it. It looked at me coldly. It looked at me as if I was just an image of the past on a TV screen.
たまにはこういう会話も面白いか。
That was weird. So I kind of thought this was going to proceed a little bit quicker, but I do now kind of remember that it was a long recording session before, so I'm going to stop right here. But tonight, when I get back, I will pick up here. It's not the best spot to stop, but it's an okay spot, I guess. I was really hoping to make it to the scene change. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and it's going to be quite a few hours for me, but I'll see you guys in the next video in just a minute. Bye!